Coming up tonight on the news at 5, what families of Helena High School athletes can expect when wanting to watch competitions this winter. Plus, a Browning teacher lending a Native American voice to traditional Christmas music reaches thousands online.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 5.
Good afternoon and welcome to the News at 5. I'm Jessica Nelson. Thank you for joining us. A combination of state and locally reported data shows Montana's COVID-19 case total is nearing 76,000 today. Close to 9,000 of those cases are active. 890 Montanans have died as a result of complications with the virus. Keep in mind, we are using numbers from local county health departments along with state figures because local county health departments may be alerted to cases before Montana DPHHS. The Lewis and Clark City County Board of Health has adopted updated emergency rules and regulations for the COVID-19 pandemic. Much of the new rules are already in effect under Governor Bullock's current order. The Board of Health said they were adopting them to ease the transition between the current administration and Governor-elect Gianforte's administration. Face covering requirements will continue, as will limits on event size and regulations on capacity and operating hours for businesses. Gyms were added to capacity and 2-hour limits with bars, restaurants, and casinos. The board also set a defined criteria from when COVID rules will either restrict, loosen, or end, depending on the status of the community.
These are really instruments of freedom. They have allowed us to go about business as we've needed to in this community. We've been able to keep businesses open and schools open because of these public health strategies.
The Lewis and Clark County Commission and the City of Helena Commission sent letters supporting the adoption of the rules. Well, our other Curtis is on vacation this week, so it's time now for a check of our forecast with Andy Curtis.
Yeah, the B squad Curtis, the understudy Curtis, bringing him in to do.
Hey, we're bringing the people of Curtis, all right?
Not bad start to our day across the state. A lot less snow than what we were expecting yesterday, which is a good thing. It's kind of a sloppy start to Wednesday. And it's still a sloppy start to some spots in Missoula and Kalispell, seeing their fair share of snow and rain mixture. But the big story in our neck of the woods is going to be that wind. We got a high wind warning actually starting technically tomorrow, but you're feeling it out there across parts of the state tonight. The breeze is picking up. It's been windy, at least around Great Falls, all week long, and that's only going to get worse as we head into Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday a little bit. So yes, W-I-N-D-Y. Windy, yeah, windy is the story. Windy is what we're all going to be experiencing these next couple of days. But with that, on the plus side of things, we're going to be seeing some and feeling some warmer temperatures. We could be pushing into the 50s this weekend in a good portion of our state. Great Falls and Helena, 50, 51, 52, 53 degrees is what we're expecting right now. And that doesn't feel like December, but it is December. Winter is starting here fairly soon. Technically, winter will be starting around the 21st, I believe. And with that, we will be seeing some snow by Christmas, I think. I'll tell you more about that coming up in the full forecast.
Thank you very much, Andy. As the COVID-19 vaccine rolls out across the country, a survey is seeking to get Native Americans' input on the vaccine. The survey was created by the Urban Indian Health Institute in Seattle. All Native Americans and Alaska Natives across the country are encouraged to fill it out by December 30th. The survey asks questions about your knowledge, attitudes, and beliefs about the virus. The results will be used to create a national campaign.
We will be compiling resources about the COVID vaccines, so things such as videos, flyers, and posters, so that we make sure Native people have the best and accurate information available to them.
We have been getting about 100 responses today, but I would like it to be 1,000 responses today. And we are offering great raffles and prizes right before the holidays to encourage people to do that.
We do have a link to the survey in this story on our website. When fall sports season began in Lewis and Clark County, spectators were allowed to watch events, but in a limited capacity. Now, as the winter sports seasons get ready to begin, MTN's Sam Hoyle shows us things will start off differently.
On September 4th, the day it was announced that spectators in Lewis and Clark County could dot the sidelines and the stands of fall high school sporting events, there were 207 cases in Lewis and Clark County according to state data. And on December 16th, according to state data, there are currently 910 cases in the county.
As a result of the rise in the case count, Lewis and Clark Public Health is not reviewing COVID-19 mitigation plans for events up to 250 people, a required step for approving the return of spectators this winter. Lewis and Clark Public Health Officer Brendan Neiman said the reason they're not reviewing plans is that the county's decision-making criteria in regards to limiting the spread of the virus are not being met.
We continually assess. We look at this every week. We look at our numbers every week. We look at our hospital capacity every week, and we make adjustments to the situation in our county based on that data. And so we will continue to assess, and we will continue to look forward to the day that we can then open those groups, gatherings, and events back up again.
Per the governor's orders and county's orders, gatherings that do not require COVID-19 mitigation plans must be limited to 25 people or less, which will extend to spectators at sporting events this winter.
Youth activities can proceed as they are planned for winter sports, with all of the public health precautions in the planning efforts that the schools have done. The spectators then would be limited to 25.
With the ability to only have 25 spectators in the stands, Helena Public Schools Activities Director Tim McMahon said in part in a press release, open quote, "In an effort to provide families with the opportunity to watch their student athlete participate, our activities office will be working with schools and teams to develop a system to provide limited spectator passes for home games for the home team only. Please know that we will not distribute more than 25 passes per game. This system will remain in effect until gathering sizes can be increased. We understand that this will limit the number of spectators per student athlete," close quote.
You can read the full statement from McMahon on our website, montanasports.com. And while spectators might be limited to just 25 people as of right now, Neiman says she looks forward to the day when the criteria can be met and she can start reviewing plans to add more spectators to winter sporting events this year. Reporting in Helena, Sam Hoyle, MTN Sports.
A Browning Public School teacher's Christmas video is going viral. Robert Hall created the video as a way to use the Blackfeet language to spread holiday cheer. And as MTN's Coulter Anstad explains, the video has even had a profound impact on Hall himself.
Robert Hall has always wanted to be a voice actor.
Songs for you all.
With help from family members, he used puppets to create a video of Christmas songs being sung in the Blackfeet language.
3 of these songs I knew how to sing in Blackfoot, and I just thought, well, I can translate 3 more.
The video has received hundreds of views since being posted on YouTube last week. It's also received thousands of views on his Facebook and Twitter pages.
Being representative of our schools, I wanted to make sure that our students have something that is theirs and they could take and have fun with. And it's always good when we can focus on a holly jolly season along with our culture.
The positive response has been, in his words, lovely, and you might even say an unintentional Christmas miracle.
People sent me pictures of their baby dancing along with this puppet. People have sent me videos. My cousins have sent me videos of their kids watching it and singing along. I used to fancy myself somewhat of a Grinch a few years ago in towards Christmas, you know, bah humbug. But now it's even given me more Christmas spirit.
In Browning. Coulter Anstad, MTN News.
Oh, that's awesome. You'll have to check that out later and watch those videos online. When we come back, Andy Curtis gives us a full forecast update. And later, President-elect Joe Biden has chosen his Secretary of the Interior.
Welcome back, everybody. Andy Curtis filling in for Curtis Grevenance tonight. And I call this a warm day in Great Falls, 38 degrees. Well, let me rephrase that, a warm day in December in Great Falls, 38 degrees. And let's call it calm too right now. Only 14-mile-per-hour wind speeds blowing through the electric city. It's going to get a lot worse than that as we head into the weekend. Down in Helena, 39 degrees. And here's a little more of a preview of what we can expect. Gusts up to 28 miles per hour right now around the capital city and the surrounding areas. That'll bring down the feels-like temperature to 33. But that wind will be whipping all day long tomorrow and the next day and into the weekend. It's not going to be pleasant, but the wind is something that we have to get used to. Around the state, 37 degrees in Havre, Cutbank 34 degrees, Lewistown 39 degrees, a little bit warmer down south, Livingston and Bozeman 35, 41 respectively, 37 in Billings. So we're in the 30s and low 40s. Temperature will increase as those wind speeds increase though. There was a look at where we're seeing around the state. Calm right now for the most part. It was only 2 up in Havre wind speed wise, 2 miles per hour. Again, that's not going to be the case over the next couple of days. Take a look at the radar. Let's say this is relatively calm, except for out west. Missoula and Kalispell seeing a mix of rain and snow. More snow up in the higher elevations as we zoom in here right now. And this has been the case over there all week long. They've been seeing more snow than the rest of us. It's been kind of stopping at the Continental Divide. And other than, I believe it was Wednesday morning when we woke up to that blanket of snow across the Helena Valley and downtown, it's been preventing a lot of that winter weather from reaching our neck of the woods. Rest of the country, though, seeing a little bit more weather than winter weather, rather, than what we would be expecting typically here. Down south, Salt Lake City getting hit pretty good right now, and step out of the way. I'm sure everybody out there's already seen some of the news coverage this morning about that nor'easter over on the East Coast. They're getting hit with a good amount of snow, way more than what we will be seeing, I believe, anytime soon around here as we get closer to Christmas. So taking a look at the future tracker over the next couple of days, that wind will be the story. We'll see a few rain-snow mixture combinations blowing through the area, hitting Helena and Great Falls over the next couple of days. But as we head into Friday and Saturday, still not looking too bad other than that wind. Temperatures are going to be on the rise in the 40s. And the next real amount of snow potentially that we're seeing isn't going to be until Saturday afternoon, but more so Saturday night into Sunday. We get into Sunday afternoon, just a few more pockets, more out to the west side of the state, and then taking a look at the snow forecast and how many inches we can expect. Not very many, of course, up here around Kalispell and Glacier. They'll be seeing a lot more snow over the next couple of days, but we're not really seeing much Helena and Great Falls until, like I said, Saturday into Sunday. That's when we see a good mix of rain and snow moving in, more snow up in the higher elevations, of course, rain down below. But check this out, Monday night into Tuesday, that's a whole lot of snow. Temperatures will be dropping once we get past Sunday, and they'll be dropping back to what we usually like to see around here at this time of the year. Here's a 7-day forecast for Great Falls, 43 rather, 46 on Sunday, 54 on Sunday. Yeah, that was 46 on Saturday. 54 on Sunday with that rain. But as we head into Monday and then Tuesday, look at that temperature drop. Go from 45 to 29. That rain-snow mixture turns into a snow mixture, a good chance of snow. And then Wednesday, we get back to temperatures being in the 30s. Around Helena, 7-day forecast. Wind just as strong as up around, well, not just as strong, but just as persistent as up around Great Falls. 37 for the high tomorrow, 40 on Saturday, 47 on Sunday, and there we are. 40 degrees on Monday into Tuesday, that temperature drop, as we'll expect to see some snow around the Helena area and across the whole state.
President-elect Joe Biden has chosen New Mexico Representative Deb Haaland to be his Secretary of the Interior. Haaland, if confirmed, would be the first Native American woman to lead the department. According to her website, she is an enrolled citizen of the Pueblo of Laguna. She is also one of the first 2 Native American women elected to Congress, where she has served since 2019. She serves on the Armed Services Committee and as the Vice Chair of the Committee on Natural Resources. Haaland also chairs the Subcommittee on National Parks, Forests, and Public Lands and the Subcommittee for Indigenous Peoples of the United States. With the year winding down and time running out, lawmakers are pushing to find middle ground on a COVID relief bill that could help millions of struggling Americans make it through the holidays. Alice Barr has the latest from
a desperate dash on Capitol Hill as lawmakers race to prevent a government shutdown and pass a COVID relief bill before the holiday break.
We're going to stay right here, until we're finished.
Bipartisan negotiations finding new urgency in the lame duck Congress as the pandemic intensifies, forcing more businesses to close. New unemployment numbers out today show a higher than expected 885,000 Americans filing for the first time. And in the middle of that pain, millions are set to lose unemployment benefits the day after Christmas.
We see food lines of people who never, ever in their lives expected to have to go to a food kitchen to support their families. It is a crisis.
Lawmakers are hammering out the details of a $900 billion package expected to include a new round of stimulus checks, likely about $600 for those who qualify based on income, extended federal unemployment benefits of about $300 a week, and more money for small businesses struggling to stay afloat. The framework does not include money for state and local governments, liability protection for businesses, or significant support for the hard-hit restaurant industry. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Democrats say they're willing to compromise because they're counting on a bigger relief deal next year once President-elect Joe Biden takes office. Coming up next on the news at 5, they're a known powerhouse in Class A girls high school basketball. But this year, they'll face different challenges. We head to Havre after the break.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
Welcome back with us. A certain powerhouse in Class A girls basketball will be going through some adjustments this season. MTN's Isaiah Dunk takes us to Havre.
The Havre girls basketball team fell short of winning its third straight state title last season, and in the process, they lost the best high school girls player in the state to graduation. But don't think that means you can overlook the Blue Ponies this year.
Losing a talented senior class can be tough, especially when it's anchored by a player like Kendall Keller, the Gatorade Player of the Year last year. But coming into a new season, head coach Dustin Kraske isn't thinking about what his team lost. He sees opportunities.
We have a senior class now that's excited for their opportunity. They had the good fortune of growing up with kids above them, one grade that were good. And so they've been sitting on the bench kind of biding their time, and then now it's their time. So I'm excited to see what they want to be. I know they're excited to be on the floor, and it's a good opportunity for us.
After years of deferring to the older girls, players like Loy Wade and Sadie Filius are going to be seeing the ball come to them a lot more. They know it will take time to adjust to new roles on offense, but the Ponies are already strong in other ways, like effort and chemistry.
Our man defense should be really good, and just playing together as a team, we do really good with that. It's not like a one-man show for anyone because we play really good together.
Havre's immense success over the past few years has created high expectations, and when the games get going in January, this squad plans to keep that going.
I think the last few years we've had a target on our back, but we're getting used to it now, and we just play to play and play our own game, so I think it doesn't bother us anymore.
Havre opens the season January 2nd against Lewistown. In Havre, Isaiah Dunk, MTN Sports.
All right, up next, Andy will have one final check of the forecast.
When we welcome our West Coast viewers as lawmakers appear closer to a COVID relief deal desperately needed by so many, we'll tell you how it could affect you. Also, a grim assessment of just how much damage that apparent Russian hack on U.S. government computers caused when we see you back here for Nightly News.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
A Christmas dinner tradition returns to Great Falls this year with a few changes. The 28th annual Danny Berg Memorial Christmas Dinner will go on as planned, but meals will be available for carry-out or home delivery only. The dinner was founded by Montana Air National Guardsman Danny Berg, who said no one should have to spend Christmas dinner alone. In past years, the dinner has served up to 600 Great Falls area seniors and residents in need. This year, the dinner is dedicated to the memory of longtime chairman Wade Gale, who passed away in March.
I mean, this has been a hard year. There are people who have lost their businesses this year. I think that the spirit of giving in which the Danny Berg Memorial Dinner was started is more important in our community than ever.
The dinner will be held on Christmas Day from noon to 3. Head to our website for more details.
And wrapping things up with a look at the 7-day forecast in the Helena area. 37 for the high tomorrow, and as we head into the weekend, we got a warm up, 40 and 47, but expect a sloppy mix Sunday into Monday, but Monday into Tuesday across the state, we are expecting to see some snow as those temperatures drop and that rain snow mixture turns into just a regular old snow mixture. In Great Falls, the wind will be the story, and the thing you have to pay attention to the most is you can see speeds pushing 50 miles per hour at their highest peaks on Saturday and warming up quite a bit. 54 for the high on Sunday with that rain snow mixture, 55 mile per hour winds. It's going to be a nasty weekend before things cool off and we see some snow.
All right, thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's all for us tonight. Nightly News is next.